of our walkthrough of the ledexchange.com platform. Here we're going to be talking about searching for LED for the reseller. And currently, you're a reseller and you want to source some product from either China or even the US, but what do? Well, most of the product is available in China, and you can go to sourcing sites such as these, but it's just very confusing. These are sites that are hosted overseas. They're really not focused on product that is made for the US market. You'll see that here we selected LED T8 tubes, and these are the tubes that replace the fluorescent tubes. But again, when you look at the filtering system here on the left-hand side, there really is nothing to it. Color, temperature, this assumes that, people can correlate what cool white or pure white is because Chinese manufacturers call their color temperatures different things. So there's really nothing here that allows you to hone in to a specific product. And you'll see that as you're scrolling down and you're looking at the different listings, they're just all over the place. We can even take a look here at a different sourcing site, which is also large, and you'll see they have their filtering on the top. But again, there's really no filtering that's geared towards the US market and geared towards US buyers. And when we get into the product itself, you'll see that the description is just very plain vanilla. It doesn't really give you much information to go on, and it just makes it very difficult. So what's the solution? Well, let's take a look at what we have here with the LED Exchange. As you'll note, like we did before, the LED Exchange is a very eye-catching, very pleasing website. I'm just scrolling from top to bottom. But again, we're going to go back to the middle of the site and we're going to focus on these three buttons. But for this demo, let's look at LED for the reseller. Let's give it a click. So you're a reseller and you want to import some product. What do? Well, in this case, we're going to look for LED T8 tubes, just like I showed you on the other sourcing sites. So let's scroll down and you'll see that unlike the home and business LED search, this is a little bit more complete in terms of you'll see products that the average homeowner really wouldn't be looking for, LED street lights and tape light and all different types of things. But for this purpose, let's click here on LED T8 or T10 tubes as they're known. And what you're going to see is no longer do we have the search engine on the top, or shall we say the LED Smart Decision Engine. Because again, if you're a reseller, you kind of really know what you're looking for. But one of the big differences with the other sourcing sites that are not based here in the US is, take a look here on the left-hand side. The filtering system that we use is very complete. And this is just a small sampling of what the filtering system will end up being. But again, this allows you to hone in on the specific tube that you're really looking for, or whatever type of specs that are important to you. This way you'll only see the tubes that really make sense to what you're looking for. But here, let's just select any tube, for example, and let me show you what we have. From the filtering system, you'll notice that we have factory information. This is really the information that's pertinent to a US buyer. Regarding the factory, whether it's the terms of payment, annual revenue, the R&D staff, the factory size, their total sales volume. These are the type of things that you're going to be able to filter before you even begin your search. And of course, we have the specifications, which are laid out very nicely. They're going to be very similar to the different listings, so that way, as you start to search for different products, your eyes are going to know where to go, and you're not going to have to worry about it. And it's not going to be the mumbo jumbo of these other sourcing sites. It acts very similar in the sense where you can make printouts here on top, and you can, of course, click the light bulb and create favorite lists as you're going through the different products so you don't lose your place. You'll be able to download spec sheets, test reports, catalogs from the factory, whatever the factory wants to upload, we're going to host it for them, and you're going to be able to have access to it. But again, this is where the main difference is. It's that every product that's listed on the LED Exchange from a foreign entity must be fire safety tested, and have that listing to be able to be listed onto the LED Exchange site. And that's really important, because when you go to these foreign sourcing sites, most of the product on these sites are really not made for the US market. Here, we'll only host the products that meet the US Department of Energy requirements. And that's just something to keep in mind. And of course, just like before, we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the home page, and we're going to go back to the social aspects, and we're going to go right back into the blog, and you'll see that one of the articles that we've posted is a testing experience, Light Laboratory. When you're importing product into the States, one of the first things that you're going to have to do is have the product either light tested, if you're going to be branding it with your own label. And, obviously everybody's, really understands and has a grasp with UL and ETL and some of the major testing bodies, but some people out there are just not familiar with some of the smaller testing laboratories that are more mom and pop type of shops, but they do a terrific job. They meet the same requirements as as the big boys, but again, some people may want to understand what is the experience like with dealing with one of these smaller laboratories. And here you go. We've actually laid it out where it'll give you our opinion in terms of why you would want to do business with Light Laboratory Inc., what type of testing that they do, and just the type of information in layman terms. So even if you're a reseller that's just jumping onto the LED bandwagon, it's simple enough for you to really understand what you're trying to do. And again, that's the LEDexchange.com platform, which is upcoming this fall. Please visit us at ledxchange.com. You can leave us a note. You can fill out your information so that we can keep you up to date with our launch of our site, newsletters, of course, or any questions that you may have. Feel free to email us at info@ledexchange.com. And by all means, call us at area code 561-401-1918. Again, thanks for taking a look at the ledexchange.com. We look forward to seeing you this fall.